Hello everyone, this is Lisa Kester with Wild Acorns Art Studio, and thank you for clicking on my video and watching today. On this channel I do a little bit of acrylics and watercolor, and I do pottery, painting pottery with underglazes. So I've done some resin. So if you check out my videos, I've done quite a few different things. I like to I used to do mostly just pottery, and actually I do stained glass too. So you know when you have a love of creative items, you just want to do it all. If you looked at my studio, I've got baskets everywhere of, oh my gosh, all the different things that I love to do. So if you don't like what you're seeing today, just stay tuned, because there'll be something different tomorrow. But anyway, so today we are painting pottery. So I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have heard of PASLER Gold Glaze. It is relatively new, and let me just kind of go up there with it. PASLER, P-A-S-L-E-R, glaze. Now I did a video a while back for them with underglaze pencils, and they, because underglaze pencils can be, gosh, some of them are $14, $15 a piece. And, theirs are just as good as the Amicos. And I did a video on that, and I really liked their product. And then they sent me another product. I don't have it. I think I took it to where I teach and let them use it too. It's their PASLER's latex. So you can paint it on your pottery. You could paint it on bisque or greenware, and then paint around it. And instead of like having to do wax, where then you gotta burn it out in the kiln, you just peel this off. It's a pink latex. It has a really strong odor. I did a video on that too, and wow, when I opened up the jar, it was like, oh, it was really strong. But it's nice because, if you're painting with wax and you drip it, you cannot get it off, and the glaze is not going to stick. I've known people take a match to it or a lighter and try to get it off, and it's the water soluble. It might be possible, but most of the time you have to bisque fire to get the wax off and then go back to glazing it. So anyway, the latex you don't have to, but it comes pink, and it's a PASLER latex. I think this is what it is, like PASLER latex. But anyway, today I'm doing a video, and they sent me this, so this is for them, the gold. Now this is a funny story. Let me go ahead and start glazing, because I know some people are like, get moving. I know not most of you, but anyway. Let me lower you down. You can see the sun's coming out today. It's warming up a little bit. We're still in January, but it's warming up a little bit. I got Charlie here, the doggy, sleeping by my feet. Let's see. I got a new thing here. Tripod thingamajig. And let's see how this works here. So now you can see my paint all over here from acrylics. But anyway, so always shake it up really well. And so I glazed one prior to this, and I fired it in the kiln, and I was going to use it to show you guys what it looked like, but then I realized I glazed someone else's piece. God love her. She's a sweet girl. Emma, if you're watching, I'm really sorry. It was the funniest thing though. So I glazed it. It turned out beautiful, and she took it home, and I'm like, I think you have my pot. And she's like, but it has my stamp on the bottom. Well, she bought a stamp that's very similar to mine. So, I didn't look close enough. So that's my fault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glaze this, and then I'm going to fire it, and I'll add that video to the end of this video. So you'll see a break in the video probably. Let me, I forgot to pick out a color. I don't know if I want want speckled toad. I forgot to pick out a color for the top half. Now I'm trying to decide what color to use. I think on the other one I used this speckled toad. This is a beautiful glaze. It turns out, if you can see this, it turned metallic where it's thick. And it's Mako SW184 speckled toad. And it has these little spots and things. So when it turns metallic, it's almost like a matte effect. So so just keep that in mind. It is this is gorgeous over emerald. If any of you use the Laguna's emerald, this over the top, like emerald on the bottom and this over the top and overlap it, it's gorgeous too. I've got some of those I have to show you. It doesn't say whether this is, should say whether it's food safe or not. Well, anyway, I'm going to put this on the top here. You can see it's got some ridges here, and then I think I'll put the gold on the bottom. So let's do so when I went to look for my brushes, you know, these brushes are the best. This is a Mako number 8 soft fan brush, CB618. They're about $11, $12 a piece. This one's kind of stiff. Oh, look, it's got, but that's, these, to glaze with these is just so nice. So when I reached in my my bucket today, I found this. I couldn't find my brush. Well, there's one of my brushes. I found it on the floor, and so the cats, I guess, decided to play with it and throw it on the floor, so that Charlie, my big 80-pound puppy, decided to chew it up. Oh, I had it in a jar, but I guess, you know, sometimes I forget and I think, oh, they're not going to find it. They did. So let's stir this up really well. And kind of wipe this off. Get me a sponge and I'll just clean off the handle. Alrighty. So now let's do the top of this. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the inside yet. It would definitely be clear if I did anything. And I also noticed on my other pot that I glazed, when I overlapped the speckled toad with the PASLER gold, it it had bumps all over it. It did not turn out well. I'm trying to think what it had like pock marks. So I don't know if that's typical of a lot of glazes. I don't know why I can't think of what that's called. Probably because I haven't glazed pottery in so long. Pinholes, there you go. Now it came to me. It's this old brain. So I'm going to put, I got a really thick one coat here. And I'm going to, I'm also going to paint the inside of here. But I'm not going to go all the way down with this. But yeah, so it had a lot of pinholes where the speckled toad overlapped with the PASLER gold. And I'm not sure why that is, but If the speckled toad turns metallic where it's thick, it could have something to do with that. It could have gotten hotter there for some reason. Because I've noticed that on the Laguna 266 dark clay, that gets hotter than white clay, I think. I think it heats up more. And so some glazes will pinhole on me and bubble, and not very happy on the dark clay. I've used white underglazes on the dark clay, and the ultra white bubbles. There's another really white Amigo Velvet underglaze that also bubbles. And I did find one that didn't, but the safest thing to do if you're going to put white on the dark clay is just to use slip, I think. That's what I would do. So I've got 2 coats of the speckled toad here. I'm going to do 4 coats, I think, of this gold. I'll see how thin it goes on. Isn't that amazing how dark it is, and then it's going to turn gold? I don't know where I got this brush. This is the weirdest brush. Look at this. Look how short the handle is. At first when I picked it up, I thought I broke it or something. I don't remember having a brush with such a short handle. I don't know why I'd even have bought it, but so I'm getting a nice, this is probably almost like 2 coats here. I'm holding it kind of funny because I don't want to put my hand on the inside yet. I should have probably done the bottom first. And I'm going to wipe off around the bottom edge here. I'm not going to let that stay that close to the bottom. I did not notice any running really when I fired it the last time, so I'm not too worried about that. And I know I put 3 or 4 coats on of it the last time, so when I'm done using this here, I'm going to take it to the rec center where I teach and let them all use it. Let them all try it too. I know they're dying to try it. But I told them they had to wait till I do this video to make sure I have enough. So okay, so that's pretty dry there. So let's do the second coat. I hope everyone's having a good day. We have a warm spell in the weather going through here. I think it's going to be almost 58 degrees here tomorrow, and that's pretty warm for us. Usually it was -6 a couple weeks ago, so it'll be like a heat wave for us. And I put all my Christmas, well, I put my Christmas stuff away a while back, but I still had a few pieces sitting around, and so I put all my Christmas stuff away, and I got out my seashells and my beachy stuff, even though I don't live near a beach. And I thought I'm just skipping the snowman and all that, going straight to the beach. The beach decorations. Now the PASLER Gold is food safe. I'm going to put, this is probably almost 3 coats. It's tough when you just keep going around and around. There's no, you know, real stopping point. But as long as you get it on here evenly, you're fine. I'm going to kind of clean this up. I'm going to look at the container real quick just to double check, make sure. that I'm accurate in my description of PASLER's really come along. They a really nice company. Let's see here. Shake well and stir well before using. You can thin it with water if needed or to improve brushability. Apply 4 brush coats to the bisque. Fire to witness cones 6 to 9. I fire to a cone 5, but I have a 20-minute hold, which gets it to about 5.5, 5, maybe 5.6. So I don't go to 6, and I got a beautiful gold color. It says this glaze may also be applied by sponging, dipping, or pouring. Tableware producers must test all finished ware to establish dinnerware status due to possible variations in firing temperature and contamination. So what that usually means is if you fire to the correct cone and your glaze is vitrified, your clay is vitrified, but your glaze has been fired to a cone where it's not cracking, it's not fragmented, and it's a good glossy color, then it'll be food safe. But a lot of glazes don't want to make that claim because they're afraid of being sued. Even if you notice, even Amico, and a lot of the glaze companies, they all tell you if you use 2 Laguna glazes or 2 Amico glazes and you mix them, which people do all the time, that they will not guarantee that it's food safe if you've mixed the glazes. So that's something to keep in mind if you're making dinnerware stuff, mugs or plates. I honestly, if it's not cracking, if it's not fractured, if it's not crackled, I don't like, I know there's a lot of potters out there who don't care if their dinner plates, the clear is crackled. I do. I don't want to buy a mug that's crackled inside, that the glaze is crackled. You see that a lot with low fire. If you're buying, like I bought some casserole dishes that said it was made in Italy, and this casserole dish, the whole inside eventually crackled, and I didn't even notice it until I put it in the sink and to soak. And then I noticed that where the water had seeped in all the cracks, and will it, and eventually all those little cracks turned black. And will it hurt you? I don't know, probably not. But I don't want it on my dinnerware. So if you're making dinnerware of any kind, I would not use it if the glaze is crackled or if it has pinholes. You're putting it in the dishwasher, so dishwashers get kind of hot. But it's still, if it's bacteria, I mean, I don't want to eat it. Okay, so there's definitely probably 4 coats on here. And I'm not really going to overlap it. I'm just trying to smooth out this line I got here. And then we will see. I used, I'm trying to think, I think it was a Potter's Choice. I shouldn't say because I'm not sure. Another gold. And I made 12 bells, and I wanted them to look old, so I think I put 1 or 2 coats on, not very many. And the gold ran all over the kiln shelf. And it didn't even turn gold. It was like a brown. I was sick. It ruined the kiln shelf. I mean, I can use it, but I really pretty much ruined it. So I'm going to put this lid back on here. I'm going to wipe it off so the lid doesn't stick so much. Put that back on there. And now I'm going to take this to work. I fired a lot of my stuff where I work now at the recreation center because I just don't do as much pottery here at home. You got to be really careful with doing pottery in your house because of all these glazes and all the clay have glass particles in them, and it's in the dust. If you've got canvas on your table, it's in the dust, and if you breathe that in, you could get silicosis. And I know potters who have it, and it's once you get the silicosis, once you get the glass particles in your lungs, it never comes out. So anyway, I don't try not to do too much here at the house anymore. But this is what we're doing today. We're doing the PASLER Gold Glaze. And it actually turns out like that gold. Now, like I said, I don't fire to cone 9 though. 9, it probably gets that glossy. When I fire it to cone probably like 5.5, not quite 6, it's a little more matte, but it's beautiful. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'm going to run this through the kiln and fire it. I'm going to clean up the bottom here too, but I don't know if you guys want to. So if you cleaning up the bottoms like this, and you get this on the bottom, hold on, let me hold it like this. I don't want to. Oh, it is dripping a little bit. I don't want to get it all over me. Hold on. And you're cleaning the bottoms off and you get this black on the bottom. Don't worry about that. That's just the stain in the glaze. It will not stick to the kiln shelf. What if I have a harder sponge? So, but yes, I'm just going to sponge this off to about maybe a 1/4 inch above the bottom. I am making a mess here. You can tape off the bottoms so that you don't, but I actually like when my white bottoms have some stain on them, because I don't like the starkness of the white clay, but I like how the glazes look on the white clay. There we go. And I don't worry about getting too exact of a line on the bottom. Let me wipe my sponge off and go over that one more time. Oh, here's a sponge. It might. No, this is the same one. There we go. Most of that will probably burn off anyway, but so there we go. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hello friends, I am back. I am back with the results of the PASLER Gold Glaze. Look at these icicles. These are outside my door behind me. Like, you know, you don't want to stand under those. My gosh, if they fell, they'd probably kill you. There's so many icicles. Because we are warming up. Thank goodness. I think we're going to get it's going to get to 50 here. So anyway, so this is what, I'm going to lower this down just a tad. Just a tad. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. I had it propped up on some little caps. Anyway, so this is what I used. This is the glaze. It's PASLER Gold Glaze, and it is a cone 6 to 9. Now, I fired. Here's one of them. I fired these to cone 5, so they got this beautiful under cone 5. Look at that. So, well, before I get off on, before I go down the wrong road, you know, because I tend to rattle on. So this was a cone 5. I put a 15-minute hold on there, so probably got to about maybe a 5.5, but no higher than that. So look how pretty that gets. When I didn't fire to cone 6. The inside I think was could have been doe skin. So, but what I did with this one is, this is Mako's dark walnut right here. And then, so I did the whole thing. Well, I take that back. I did the PASLER Gold all the way down to here. Okay. And I did the dark walnut all the way up to here. So about 2/3 up was dark walnut by Mako. Actually, I think it's Mako. Yeah, it's dark. It's Mako. And then 2/3 down with the PASLER Gold Glaze. Now I know when you fire higher, if you fire to cone 6 and 7, it'll get even brighter. But that's, I mean, if you can see that in this, that's really beautiful. And look where it mixed. I'm trying not to lean my head back because you can see all these lights. You can see, look at it, you can see all the lights in here. I got lights everywhere. Like I said, I don't have very good light in this room, and so I have floor lamps like wired to the shelves over here. But anyway, like you can see it in the reflection there. Anyway, yeah, so that's really pretty. See how it mixed? A lot of times it's these gold glazes, and also, oh, the platinum one, the silver one, I can't think of. I think Amico puts that out. I don't know if it's a Potter's Choice or not, but it's a runner. But it's a beautiful glaze. You know, a lot of people use this light flux, and, you know, they put it on there and let it run down. I've seen some results that are like, I don't know, I think they're so-so. But I'm not a big fan of adding things like that to my pottery. But I have added, I have used the platinum on a couple occasions where, because it's a runner, I put big droplets around the rim, and it runs. And because it's, like I said, I don't know how they made it, but it has a lot of pigment in it. It has a lot of chemicals in it, not chemicals, minerals in it, to make that platinum or to make that gold. And when they're mixed with another glaze, they come out really, really pretty. So here's the one you saw me glaze, though. Look at this one. Now this is speckled toad on the top. I did not mix the speckled toad with the PASLER Gold, so you can see it there. I wish the light wasn't reflecting off of it, because it's, there you go. Isn't that pretty? I mean, that is just beautiful. For it not to have gone to a cone 6 when it's a cone 6 to 9 glaze and have it turn out this pretty, can you imagine if it goes to cone 6, 7, 8, or 9? So Yeah, it's wasn't it's not that expensive. Now, this one I will tell you they sent me to do a test form on this, and I don't do a lot of, people don't send me stuff. I guess I don't have enough subscribers or something. Of course, I don't go after them either. I don't really care about, doing that. Unless you want to send me a bunch of underglazes. Those are expensive, aren't they? Anyway, but this is just, I mean, and the thing is, it doesn't run. So I put 4 coats on here. And I think it calls for, says apply 4 brush coats to the bisque. Fire to witness cones 6 to 9. And it says this glaze may also be applied by sponging, dipping, or pouring. Now, tableware producers must test all finished ware to establish dinnerware status due to possible variations in firing. So it's dinnerware safe, but what they're saying is if you mix it with another glaze like this, it could. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to make that face. My husband just brought me one of my tools that Charlie chewed up. He chewed up one of my brushes. Now he chewed that up. Oh, what was I thinking? Bringing a polar bear into the house. Anyway, but look at this. Does not run at all. But what they're saying is if you in Potter's Choice, Amico, they all say this. If you buy a glaze and you mix it with any other glaze, they are not going to guarantee that it's tableware safe. The chance, and it's because when you're mixing minerals together that they have not tested, they're not going to be liable if someone gets sick. Now, chances are it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know if I'd want to eat off of this. I don't know. But it is tableware safe. So, but that is it. Look at that speckled toad. That is also a Mako. But look at that green, and it's like the thicker the speckled toad is. See how it's thin up here? You can tell I've applied it a little bit thinner, and it's more green. But where it's thicker in the crevices, it turns metallic. So it's really, really pretty. But I was saying it's not a runner. So when I've used palladium, that's what palladium and the other gold that I think it's an Amico too. They're runners. I mean, if I applied 4 coats of those, they'd have run all over the kiln because I've had that happen. I made about a dozen bells, and I wanted them to look rustic, so I applied 2 coats of the gold, and I can't think of the first name. It's something Gold Rain or something like that. But even with 2 coats, it ran all over the kiln, ruined the kiln shelf. But look at this. It did not budge. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with that. So, yeah, so if you like gold, beautiful. I have to, this is one I would highly recommend if you like gold. So, thanks for watching. If you like the channel, please subscribe, please share. Helps out those stupid algorithms. So, anyway, have a great day. Finally, I've got this fired and you guys can see it. Thank you so much for watching.